This is my presentation for my variation playground, Terry Riley's in C. Hayley is our persona, and we're going to assume that she likes to sing and play piano and drums at her school music program. Hayley needs to make music with technology at school, and she's learning to connect music, technology, and math. We'd like her to feel joy and discovery as she makes these connections and find simplicity, which is the distilling of complex ideas into simple elements. She's motivated by joy and the love of singing. She onboards by her teacher or parents and finds the app friendly and fun. She creates her own version of In C, and then she can share that version with her friends, family. In C is a seminal work of minimalism, and Terry Riley and this work in particular were very influential. The piece itself is actually one sheet of music and then another sheet of instructions. So it's actually more designed than composed, and the score and performing directions read more like a board game instructions than a composition, and it's long been embraced by makers and tinkerers. So to do in C, what a group would do is each instrument would repeat each phrase from 1 to 53 in sequence, and skipping phrases as they'd like and moving on as they'd like. So each instrument stays within 2 or 3 phrases of each other, and the patterns are played in unison or against each other as a canon, and they create different rhythms, polyrhythms, and kind of ebb and flow as it goes along. It's not a race. Terry Riley says that the joy in the piece is the spontaneous interaction among the patterns, and when everyone gets to the last phrase, the group can crescendo and decrescendo, and then drop out individually to end the piece. So putting that into the application and playtesting it, I found that the piece lends itself to an app well, but the more clear in my design and function, the better the user interface became. So here are 3 images of the idea as it developed. First as a paper prototype on the top left, then as a wireframe on the bottom left, and to the bottom right as its current form. So here is Hayley's user experience journey. So she, opening the app, gets the Start Here screen tip, which is pointing to the record button. But she could also get information about how the piece is constructed and other features of the application. So in starting, phrase 1, which is the drone, automatically sounds in the marimba, and it plays that one phrase through the entirety of the piece, and all the other phrases are against it. Phrase 2 and 3 in the upper left are the currently sounding phrases, and each phrase lasts for about 30 or 45 seconds and then ends. You can see that phrase 4 is on deck, and it will play once phrase 2 has ended. And on our right, the phrase feeder, as the performance progresses, additional phrases move upward and become enabled as other phrases are played. So 2 buttons that are used are the mute and group button, and each individual track can be muted or panned or changed in volume. And if you'd like to pan or change the volume for a multitude of instruments, you can group them together and then apply that variation in the top left area. Here's a mock-up of how it would sound. When Hayley is done, she can stop the piece and then hit playback. And then once she likes that, then she can share it with her friends and family. So here are some alternative ideas to this or other options, and I appreciate you listening. Thanks.